Yo, it's me, it's the SCOGT baby, and I'm here with my review of the 1986 film Cobra, starring Sylvester Stallone, Brigitte Nielsen, Brian Thompson, Andrew Robinson, and is directed by George P. Cosmatos. I heard of it. I never seen this movie before. You know, it was in my Blu-ray haul video of the, action movies I got a while ago. And I probably could have had this done earlier today. But I'm glad that I didn't, because this is Flashback Friday, where I'll be reviewing a 80s film. But not only is it the start of that, it's also the beginning of what I'm calling Sly Mania. I got a bunch of freaking Sylvester Stallone movies here that I'm going to review. Most of them are on my Blu-ray and DVDs. I also have some that are on Vudu or Tubi or Crackle that I'm gonna watch, like 4 or 5 of them. But we're starting with Cobra. It came out in 1986, and it's basically he's called the Slasher. This bad guy. It's actually a group of people who are all working together. The main guy is the villain, played by Brian Thompson, who you've seen in countless other things, including Mortal Kombat Annihilation. And he's basically the big bad guy in all these other bad guys. And when they need someone who won't play, who won't go along with the law, because that's what needs to be done to finish the job, they call the Cobra. Marion Cobretti, or the Cobra, played by Sylvester Stallone, and he is badass, man. Like there's this dude, and he's going to this grocery store, and he's killing people. This bad guy, he's in the store, and he's got this gun, and this guy is walking, and he's trying to walk out of there, and then he decides to run, and that's when it shoots him, and he falls into this Christmas display, Christmas movie, I don't know. But the story is that there's this witness who saw the guy's face who committed this crime. So the Cobra is brought in, and he's going to take this case, and he's going to protect this woman, played by Brigitte Nielsen, and he's going to stop this slasher or whoever it is. And he believes it's more than one killer, which it is. It's this whole freaking group. And yeah, Stallone's performance in this, he plays it real cool. Like it's not like, hey yo, I'm gonna save your life. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not Rocky Stallone. It's not Rambo Stallone. It's a calm, cool, collected Stallone. Like he's not freaking out. Like I don't think he ever freaks out. He's just like, even when he finds out, because there's this woman, because he kind of figures it out, that's working with them, and he catches her on a payphone outside the building that they're keeping the woman in, and he asks what she was doing, and she says, oh, I was just calling some family members, letting them know I'm okay. And he's like, well, why didn't you use the phone in the bedroom? In the hotel room? And she's like, oh, it's out of order. And you get look at his face like something's up. And at the end, but in the morning, he sees, like, the woman's not in her room because his friend Tony goes in there. She's not in there, but then he sees her down the road talking to the bad guys, and Tony's like, I never liked that bitch. And he's just like, me neither. It's great. The action is great. The explosions. He does this thing where he has this grenade, and he sits it on this little steel area towards the climax. And he walks away, and I'm like, how's he gonna set it off? He didn't take the pin, he didn't set anything up. Next thing you know, he's got this gun with a scope, and you see the red scope go on the grenade, and you're like, oh! He shoots it. I think it should have been a better explosion for a bullet hitting it, but knocks them out. There's a scene where they're trying to get away, right? It's before this, but trying to get away, and Brigitte Nielsen's character, she gets in the driver's seat of this truck, and she starts to drive away. Stallone jumps in the back. It's a pickup truck. He jumps in the back, and he's shooting at the bad guys. And there's this big old wall of fire, basically. It's a bunch of cars that are like blown up, and there's like a wall of fire. And she's like, what do I do? He's like, drive through it. Just drive straight through it. So she does. But as she does that, it causes the hood on the front of the car to go up. And so when she goes through it, she swerves, and it knocks Stallone out of the car, and he just kind of tumbles over, lands on his knees, gets back up, and starts shooting again. It's like, ultimate action hero. He's not even Rambo here. He's just Cobra, a guy, a cop. He butts heads with Andrew Robinson's character, and that's one of the parts I thought was a little bit cliche. I mean, this was 1986, so it was kind of during that time, but you got the stubborn-headed cop who doesn't like the no-nonsense cop. And when you want someone, Andrew Robinson's a good actor for that, because, he was in Hellraiser, and he was kind of that character, like stubborn, not wanting to believe anything's going on until it's too late, He was also Sergeant Botnick in Child's Play 3. Presto, you're bald. No, they're not. Just like hair on their head. They're like this, more than this on their head, for God's sake. But yeah, another thing I want to talk about is the music in this, man. From the score to the actual songs that play, it's very 80s. Like, yeah, you got this, like, and it's really weird for an action movie. You got this weird 80s synth pop songs playing during this film, but I actually like it. It's it's pretty cool. And most of the time, I always thought I forgot about it. I was gonna put my sunglasses on to review sunglasses on, but yeah. As for the acting, besides Stallone does pretty good in this for it being Stallone. Hey you, but he's not the hey yo guy. He's, like I said, he's a very good character. Even though look at his seat. He has a match in his mouth most of the time. It's the thing. Andrew Robinson, like I said, he plays a stubborn cop pretty good. Brigitte Nielsen, I don't think she has that many lines in the film, but she does all right with what she has. And even Brian Thompson, who plays the bad guy, he barely has any lines. He doesn't need it. He's got that look where he could be intimidating, which is why I think they had him without the mask on in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, but it didn't work for that character. And there is one thing is, okay, so they say that Brigitte Nielsen's character can recognize it. So what does he do? He dyes his hair black or dark brown, black, whatever, and sneaks into the hospital to get her. But then he dyes it back because by the climax, it looks like the same blonde type hair he had at the beginning of the film. Unless it was just the lighting or it wore off already. I don't know. But it looks like this hair changed back for some reason. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, the action is good. Explosions, gunshots, sliding climax, all that stuff. Pretty good. For my first time watcher, I really actually enjoyed this. And can it be considered a slasher film? Kind of. The first half of the film is a slasher film. You got this slasher guy. He's going around. He's stabbing people. And then once they find the witness, it becomes this action film where Stallone has to protect this woman at all costs. He's got to have the guns, the grenades, and stuff like that. That's where the action movie kicks in. So like the first part is a slasher film, then halfway through it switches to an actual action film. I mean, there's an action film, action part at the beginning when he shows up to done that guy. And I thought it was weird. When Stallone shows up at the supermarket or grocery store to take on that guy I mentioned at the beginning, there's a Pepsi machine sitting there. And it's in clear view because Stallone kind of steps out from behind it and looks around. And then later, though, when they stop at a rest stop, Tony goes and gets a Coke out of a Coke machine. So I'm like, okay, who is the sponsor here? Pepsi? Coke. I mean, the Coke machine was just there. and it's very, oh, it's a Coke machine. But the Pepsi machine was like the Coke machine was just sitting there like, oh, hey, it's a Coke machine, whatever. But the Pepsi machine was so out there, it was like, hey, yo, Pepsi! You know what I mean? Product placement is product placement. This was the 80s, you know? All in all, guys, I really enjoyed this film. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because I really enjoyed it. Not one of my favorite Stallone films, but I'll watch it again. And that may change. Who knows? With Sly Mania, because I have so many, I might do a ranking when this is over. I didn't do one for Keanuverse because I don't think I'm done. But Stallone's getting to that age where he's not doing so many films anymore. And so maybe a ranking will be alright. Who knows? By the time I finish this, I might have 3 more films out. The way these are going, maybe not. But I'm just saying. Yeah. So, like, share, and subscribe for more. Like I said, Thursdays will be Throwback Thursdays. Fridays are Flashback Fridays. And you have entered Sly Mania. So enjoy your stay until we get to the end. And, like, share, and subscribe. And see you later, you.